course, we talk the eve of the Valentines, and of course, quite a lot of businesses, of course, taking place, and looking towards the day. So today we are looking at the business ahead of Valentines, and we want to see how the stakeholders, what are they anticipating for the day, and of course, as we compare to the previous Valentines, getting to see how the turn-up has been. It's been quite so many interesting aspects happening on the day of Valentine's. So we want to get to really understand how are the participants, how are the stakeholders, and of course talking about those that deal into the related materials that are on high demand during the day on Valentine's. And I'm joined with a gentleman who's into this very business of distributing flowers. He's an engineer, a computer engineer by profession, but does this as one of his businesses and of course as a way to earn income. This is Uganda. Definitely you can't survive on just one profession. You have to be diverse on what you do, and today we want to understand how he is prepared for tomorrow on the Valentine's Eve. And I'm joined straight with Andrew Nsubuga. You're welcome on SMB on Ground.
Thank you, Andrew. Yes, my name is Andrew Nsubuga, a professional. I'm a computer engineer. And we are so much into e-commerce. We sell many items online, including an online store for flowers and then a supermarket. So as we near to Valentine's, that's for 14th of February every year, we have such a setup, as you can see here, and we are starting to make some of the arrangements that our clients usually order for. We receive orders through our website, that's online. We also receive orders through WhatsApp, we also receive orders through Google and Facebook. So those are most of the platforms we use, Instagram inclusive. Yeah.
Well, now let us take a look as we approach Valentine's. How has the demand for flowers changed?
Sure, it has gone so high because we are getting in many orders like each other day as we near the Valentine's Day. So the demand is really too high, and our suppliers are also increasing the prices. So if we have a little bit of change in our usual prices, just bear with us. We are trying to get a simple margin out of it.
Let's take a look at the previous Valentines. How has always been the turn-up of people by the end of the Valentines? How have you been really seeing profitability at the end of the day?
Well, profitability doesn't really increase so much year by year, but because we don't want to overprice at the end of the day, and people don't buy, or people opt for other items. So we try to work within the economy. As you know, the economy, we don't hike stuff so much so that everyone, can afford a bouquet. This is the bouquet I'm talking of. Or a verse. We have some other range we are just to arrange. So, yeah, we have quite a number of items. Yeah.
So what's your outlook for 2023, for tomorrow?
Well, we are looking forward to getting more and more orders. The only challenge we have is that people come in at the last end, and they usually want to be fast. Yes. Someone makes an order the same day, 14th, around 3 p.m. and still asks you to deliver by 4, not knowing that there is someone who placed an order 2 weeks back. You can't really deliver an order you've just received and leave the one you received 2 weeks back. So my plea to all the Ugandans out there who wish to, give us orders, if we could time ourselves and plan ahead, it would give us really good working environment and relationship. Yeah.
Well, that's interesting. And maybe now let's take a look. I see some of these flowers they're not artificial.
No, we don't do artificial flowers.
You don't do artificial flowers. Now let's talk about the storage in case the day goes by and some of the flowers have not really gotten the demand as you anticipated, because they get spoiled, they rot. How do you go about that?
Yeah. These are natural fresh flowers from Kenya. They were packed about 2 or 1 day back, and they can stay fresh for about 5 days, depending on how you store them. If you put them in a cold place, they will stay even much longer than 5 days. Yes.
Maybe now you talked about imported flowers from Kenya. Do we really use flowers which are made you don't largely deal in flowers that are grown locally here in Uganda? Why do we have to import flowers?
Some flowers are gotten from here, but the roses are mainly got from Kenya. Them are exported. Okay. So this what we get from Kenya is the reject of what they export, but it's much better than what we have here. Yes. Yeah.
So let's talk about what advice would you give to somebody? You know, there are people that are seasonal traders. Probably whenever a day comes in, they want to, whenever something comes in an event, they participate to make money. So now let's take a look at the Valentines. What advice would you give to somebody who wants to venture into something related to what you're dealing in because it's Valentines?
Well, I would advise them to give it a try, you know, but it takes some.
What does it take?
Takes some bit of professionalism and experience, especially how you handle the clients, how you plan yourself. Because today we are spending a night here preparing arrangements. So if you're not ready to go through all that, or if you have an idea, then you're welcome to the business.
Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe giving some person, a business person, an idea. What are those besides roses? What are other materials that are demanded on such a day?
We have a high demand of oasis. Oasis is a floral from where we put flowers. Yeah, it's on high demand. If someone can, import it to Uganda, we have a high demand of the vases, this kind of thing.
Okay. Yes.
Glass vases. We have a high demand of teddy bears. So if people can, indulge in such businesses, would be maybe the price will even go down. Yeah, we assume.
Okay, now message for the customers towards for the Valentines. How do you plan to make their day special?
Well, my plea once again to all the clients out there, please let's plan in time, let's order in time so that you're not disappointed. Because if you make late orders, the delivery is also be late. If you order on the same day, kindly you have to give us a little bit of time and we deliver. You don't order by 6 p.m. and have it delivered by 6 p.m. Yes. All
right. Now, maybe lastly, we can talk about the aspect of generally away from Valentine's as we look at the floriculture business. What are those unique challenges that you face when you are running this business? Because I believe after Valentine's, you will know that it will end at Valentine's. But let's take a look aftermath of Valentine's. What are those unique challenges that you normally face? Like you already said, some people order late, like at 4 p.m. and they want orders to be. Then let's look at the aftermath. Valentine's. What are those unique challenges for anybody that is participating into the floriculture?
The aftermath of one of the challenges is we get orders in the night of Valentine. Reason being, most of our clients are overseas, people in the diaspora. By the time they are waking up, we are winding up business here. So when you check on the order form around 6 p.m., you still have more orders. So you have to push them to the next day. The other challenge is after Valentine, the roses are really scarce. Okay. Yes, they are really scarce. Yes, you can barely get a red rose from Nairobi. Yeah.
So how does a newcomer into the industry go about those are challenges? Now, like for you, you have experience. Probably there's a way you play around. So you can give some advice to somebody out there.
Yeah, you have to do a very good stock. That requires you to have some bit of capital. Yeah, some bit of capital. Then you also look into the storage bit of it, how you keep them. Maybe they will take you for about a day or plus after Valentine, and you can service all the other orders. Okay. That way.
Thank you so much, man.
All right.
It was a really great pleasure to have you.
All right.
And of course, we're looking at the days ahead of the Valentines, and I know so many personnel that are planning to really, of course, get to engage in quite lots of activities, Valentine-related activities. But you get to know what it really takes for you to get where you have to get. Now we see quite lots of materials just right here, which are on display. The roses, flowers, imported, and of course seeing some other cards in here for those that would wish to present them to their loved ones. And it's very wide business in here, which is really transpiring. So you get to see that what it takes for you to participate into this kind of a business. Quite different colors just right here.
You can definitely see how prepared people venturing in that business are getting themselves into the right spot to make some good money. Tomorrow is Valentine's Day. And of course, to the business community in there, we wish you all the best of luck as you get your clients that will be able to surprise their loved ones. Well, you can choose to surprise your loved ones tomorrow with your mother, your wife, or your girlfriend in any way that is possible, as Valentine's Day is basically a day when people normally, now these days it's actually becoming a trend. And the good thing about it is that the business community is wise enough to capitalize the entire thing to make some good money out of it. Well, that is it for the SMB on ground this morning. And as we are summing up with the show today, we take a look at what Kampala City Council has to say in regards to the road reconstruction project. They apparently say it is on course. Remember, this month of February is when most of the roads will definitely, that is when the maintenance of most of the roads within the Kampala suburbs and of course the joining routes in Kampala will be worked upon, and KCCA's road reconstruction project is on course according to what has been revealed by the executive director Dorothy Chisaka. And the forward maintenance by the contractors started for lot 3, and lot 3 includes roads that is Sapolo Kagwa, 5th Street, there's 6th Street, then 7th Street, 8th Street, Suna 1 and 2, then Mozito Road, Gaba Road Junction, and then the Queensway, amongst the others. So a commencement order issues after signing the contract signing for design review and of course and construction supervision. So the necessary plant equipment and obtaining the necessary permits and statutory approvals do follow after. Inspecting the lot 3 roads happened last weekend, and then as we were heading into the weekend, so Dorothy Chisaka flagged by the LC chairperson of Sapolo Kagwa Road, who assured their contractors that the residents are actually waiting for the works to commence, as they will not be disrupting any of the works of KCCA to ensure that they cover up with the potholes and of course also deal with the drainage system within Kampala. And that is exactly what KCCA intends to do with these given provisions of the issues to do with what is coming in, or in regards to making sure the roads are safer and used better by the citizens within Kampala. And right now we've got just 14 minutes to the top of the hour. As I'm signing out, just a brief recap of what we've been having in the show today. We started off with more of the news recap at 6:30 before we switched our eyes to what was coming in from the daily updates here on the show. First was matters to do with what is coming in from the Entebbe Airport saga after all those particular revelations that happened a month ago. And then also from the press review, you get to realize that there's a lot to do with the NSSF probe that is continuing to take center stage. And then also on the other hand, with the international updates, we got to realize that in Kenya, there is more to do with rates. The Central Bank of Kenya hiking the lending rates. However, this has not put a limit to the business community in Kenya to apply for these loans from the commercial banks. Now, not only that as well, you get to realize tourist arrivals, especially the foreign tourist arrivals in Tanzania, shot up to 57.7%. And in the show today, we as well looked deeper in an insightful discussion around what is happening with those who deal in communication devices, especially importation of phones and other communication gadgets in the country. And the SMB on ground was rotating around how prepared the business community is ahead of the Valentine's Day celebration. Remember, it's graduation week this time around for the students of Makerere University, and of course they are being ushered into the job market. But how competitive is it today, and will all those graduating stand a chance to at least get themselves a job, or are they fit to kickstart off their own business journey once they are done with graduating? All those are the questions that we definitely leave to them, but of course the celebrations have to continue going on. You've been watching Smart Men's Business, and as I'm signing out, I'm also reminding you to invest in securities and government bonds as well, amongst the other securities rather. So as you kickstart off that journey, use the Zabu platform. Zabu is a platform by Altex East Africa, and is definitely over there to make it easier for you as an individual. Kickstart off your investment today. Use the USSD code *292#. Invest anywhere you are, and anytime between 8:15 to 3:15 p.m. That is from Monday to Friday. Do remember that the markets close during the weekends and on public holidays, but You can only use 15,000 Ugandan shillings or more if you want to invest. That is how simple and effective it is. And of course, Zabu is powered by Otex East Africa, which says do something new. So what can you do today? Invest in government bonds and securities. For more programming coming up shortly is financial markets here on Smart 24, and then later on will be Yugi Tukole with Fred Makuya, Skill Up with Naomi Mutumba, and Jiankolela with Hassan Duga still in the line of the live programming today. But then later on will be Business Today and The Point, that is a show dedicated to analyzing policies within the country. You're watching Smart 24 TV. Remember to follow us on Twitter, Smart 24 TV, Facebook, Smart 24 TV official, Instagram is Smart24_TV. Our official website is www.smart24.tv/news for all that matters real-time business stories, both local and international. I'm Jerome Paul Sonko, your host here, and I'll be back tomorrow same time on SMP. Have a good day. Good morning.